Distinguished guests, esteemed speakers, and audience, we extend a very hearty welcome to everyone at the inauguration ceremony of the Young India Startup Initiative. We hope this event serves as a successful platform to bring together all prominent members of the Indian startup ecosystem and encourage the youth to engage in innovation and entrepreneurship.
It is our extreme honor to have amongst us our chief guest, Mr. Dunstan Pereira, Chief Operating Officer at the Royal Office of His Highness Sheikh Ahmed bin Faisal Al Qasimi, and Honorable Mr. Rohit Pawar, Member of Legislative Assembly, Maharashtra. We feel extremely humbled by your presence.
We are extremely thankful for the special keynote message by His Excellency Lord Prince Derek, Deputy Secretary General of United Nations Intergovernmental Organization.
We would also like to extend our warm gratitude towards our keynote speakers, Dr. Sukesh Zambar, CEO, Buldana Urban Bank, Dr. Sandeep Marwa, President, ICMEI, Mr. Sameer Kulkarni, Vice President, Yes Bank, and Dr. P.K. Rajput, Senior Vice President, Cadila.
We would also like to extend our sincere regards to the special guests of the evening, His Excellency Dr. Rajat Sharma, Chairman, United Nations Action for Climate Change Council, Dr. Jagannath Patnaik, Vice Chancellor, ICFAI University, His Excellency Mr. Mukul Gupta, Senior Officer, Government of India, Ms. Nikita Bose, CEO, FCE, Business Mentor at Startupindia, Mr. Abhijit Roth, Collector, District Jalgaon, Dr. Sahdev Singh, Senior Officer, Government of India, Mr. Abba Saheb Kale, CEO, Sahadri Farms Sustainable Grassroots Initiative Limited, Dr. Anil Phale, MD, Apriti Media, Mr. Mukul Garg, Managing Partner, Aditya Birla Limited, Mr. Vigil Kanithara, CEO, Floating City Limited, London, Mr. Nyadev Gadekar, Principal, Government College of Agriculture, Muktai Nagar, Dr. D.S. Chaudhary, Professor of Electronics, Government College of Engineering, Jalgaon, Maharashtra. Thank you everyone for taking time out of your busy schedule to grace the occasion.
Today, we are gathered here to mark a new beginning in the future of entrepreneurship. I'm sure all of you are eager to know more about the people behind this amazing initiative. So, it is my pleasure to introduce you to the team behind the Young India Startup Initiative, the organizing Youth Council Maharashtra Committee. Mr. Nishant Phale, Founder, Ek Blink Solution, Mr. Rohit Kale, Chairman, Ms. Divya Bhosle, Secretary, Mr. Rohan Mahajan, Vice Chairman, Mr. Sanket Chaudhary, Secretary General, Ms. Anis Mujabar, Secretary General, Mr. Parag Gorpade, Convener. Now, to know more about the vision behind the Young Startup India initiative, it is my utmost pleasure to call upon Mr. Sanket Chaudhary, Secretary General, to tell you all about this amazing initiative and how it will impact the startup landscape in the rural parts of Maharashtra. Sir, you may have the virtual dais.
Okay, thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to present this PPT on the Young India Startup Initiative. The Young India Startup Initiative is under the guidance of Honorable Dr. Rajat Sharma Sir, Chairman UNACCC. Mr. Rohit Kale and Mr. Sanket Chaudhary are the coordinators for this event, and SDG Youth Council UNACCC Maharashtra, the organizing group, Apratim Media and Satyameva Jayate are media partners for this initiative. Honorable Dr. Rajesh Sharma Sir, Honorable Mr. Mukul Gupta Sir, Dr. P.K. Rajput Sir, M. Dunstan P. Sir, Sandeep Marwa Sir, Sameer Kulkarni Sir, Abba Saheb Ji Kale, Jagannath Patnaik Sir, Mukul Garg Sir, Nikita Bose Ma'am, Sukesh Zamwar Sir, and Dr. Anil Phale are all our supporting esteemed members for this initiative. So, need of entrepreneurship. In India, every year 6.5 million students get undergraduate degree, but only 4 million formal jobs are available in job market. Unemployment rate in India is about 8 to 9%, and the underemployment rate is much more than this. So, in job market, many graduates and postgraduate students and candidates are applying for the post having the minimal requirement of diploma. So, to tackle with this problem and to generate wealth for the further investment, entrepreneurship is very important. As this entrepreneurship generates the employment opportunities, also provides the funding for innovation and research, and we can get foreign currency through exports. Need of rural entrepreneurship. So rural entrepreneurship has a lot of importance because it reduces the migration towards city. Balanced regional development we can achieve with the help of rural entrepreneurship. It removes income disparity, reduces the development of slums, and protect and promote the creative heritage in the village area. To transform Indian economy into startup economy to achieve socio-economic development is our vision for this initiative. Provide a platform and nurture entrepreneurial aspirations among the youth of Maharashtra and empower startups and create employment opportunities for all sections of society are our objectives for this Young India Startup Initiative. Experts Advisory Panel. Experts Advisory Panel is very essential in this initiative because this panel is responsible for the overall execution and monitoring of this whole initiative. These are all the evaluation parameters for the startups under this initiative, including idea having the weightage of 15%, feasibility, potential impact, team money utilization plan, and presentation, and if necessary, additional parameters can be considered by panel. The time frame. So there are many cycles for this initiative, but for first cycle, the submission of idea is up to July 2022. Then presentation before the panel up to October 2022, and final conclusion and further formalities will be done till January 2023. Performance monitoring. We know that performance monitoring is very essential for the success of any program and any initiative. So this experts advisory panel and the coordinators and all organizing group review the progress of this scheme. Thank you so much for your kind attention. Thank you. Over to Shreyas.
Thank you so much for this insightful presentation.
We would now like to introduce our speaker for the day, Ambassador Dunstan Pereira. Sir is currently serving as the Chief Operating Officer at the Royal Office of His Highness Sheikh Ahmed bin Faisal Al Qasimi. He has also been named among the top 50 most impactful person on LinkedIn. Sir is also a governing council member at UNACCC, along with serving as a part of board of directors in over 15 NGOs. It is truly an honor to have you with us, sir. Kindly grace us with a few words.
Good evening, everybody, and I'm really excited on this initiative because as CEO of the Royal Office of His Highness Sheikh Ahmad bin Faisal Al Qasmi, we are currently focusing more on startups and topic of discussion among youths. The credit for this has to be attributed to Startup India, which has been fundamental in this positive spur of change. This landmark initiative has enabled the youth to nurture the innovation and fulfill their dreams of building a startup. India's population is among the youngest in an aging world. India working age population has numerically outstripped its non-working age population. This working age population consists of highly motivated youths with diverse aspirations with diverse aspirations of a large section of youths. There is a need to impart quality education and train them for future opportunities. For youth also, the dream of being an entrepreneur comes with aspirations of doing quality courses but with universal excellence. Since time immemorial, India has been a land of diversity, favored with an assortment of various topographies, endographics, and demographics. This South Asian country has also been blessed with legendary minds starting from Aryabhatta to Chanakya, Swami Vivekananda to Rabindranath Tagore, Subhash Chandra Bose to Mahatma Gandhi. The list is being exhaustive. These self made geniuses sensed an issue in the society, constantly worked hard using their exceptional wit and sharp mind, and were successful in developing a solution for its betterment. Born among us, started from scratch, their strong belief system and high determination made them legends in the entrepreneurial context. The same trend, starting from a humble background with a will to work out the problems of the society, has resulted in the creation of industrial tycoons such as Dhirubhai Ambani, J.R.D. Tata, N. Murthy, Azim Premji, Shiv Nadar, Mittal, Birla, Dilip Sanghvi, Gadu, conventional studies and live and limit their aspirations to unimaginative standard jobs. We all have entrepreneurial inside us. A platform is what we need to bring the entrepreneurs out. And that is what today, as my role in this country, we are now focusing more on how we can support great ideas. See, there are on an average, we are getting up to number of mail requests saying that we have this startup, we have that startup. So, and many of them, if you see, are really good, really good. And it's quite happy to see the youngsters are coming forward. In our generation, we were all at this age, we were all job seekers. But today we can see the youth coming forward to as employment providers. So I'm extremely happy, and I'm also happy to say that we have formed an exclusive cell in our office under the collaboration with the International Chamber of Commerce to look at such startup ideas, shortlist them, and then we try and connect them with the government agencies as well as private investors who would like to invest in those projects and see that projects see light and the entrepreneurial dreams are fulfilled. So thanks once again for this wonderful opportunity, and I'm always would love to be part of the young entrepreneurial aspirants and their journey. And as a mentor, I'm doing a lot of mentoring to many of the people who come across with their dreams. And it's a pleasure to be here among you. And thanks a lot once again for this opportunity.
Thank you so much, sir, for enlightening us.
Honorable Mr. Rohit Pawar is currently a member of Legislative Assembly from Karjat Jamkhet constituency in Maharashtra. Sir is also serving as the CEO of Baramati Agro. He has successfully held the position of the President of Indian Sugar Mills Association. Sir has played a crucial role in the establishment of the Karjat Jamkhet Integrated Development Foundation, which is devoted to working in various sectors such as agriculture, livelihood, skill development, education, digital transformation, and youth development, among several others. We request Sir to kindly address the gathering.
Sreyash, hello.
Yes,
They're
sir.
having some technical issue.
All right, sir. Should we move on to the next speaker then?
Yeah, they will join within few minutes.
All right, sure.
They told.
It is now time to hear from our special keynote speaker, His Excellency Lord Prince Derek, Deputy Secretary General of United Nations Intergovernmental Organization. Sir has been working towards ensuring a more peaceful and secure world for all and has dedicated past 25 years of his life towards achieving this goal. He is also serving as a member of the Global Governing Council for UNACCC. Sir, we humbly invite you to grace us with your words of wisdom.
Hello.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yes, it's my it's my honor to speak to everyone who is attending the Indian UNACCC Youth Council inauguration. I am Honorable Derek Huang, and I am the current Deputy Secretary General to the United Nations Intergovernmental Organization. We are legally registered under the UN General Assembly. We also have three other intergovernmental organizations registered under the UN General Assembly as well. Um, our structure is similar to the small, the term for small UN. We have court, we have UN peacekeeping force, and all that. Long story short, um, I want to talk about a little bit about my life experience. I have been uh, I appeared in China many years ago when I was a kid. Immigrated to Hong Kong, immigrated to the US. But it's a very long story. I've been struggling all my life because unfortunately I was bad mouthed and libeled by some bad people, so the darkness group. So it's a very difficult, long struggle over the years, but I finally make it through. And then I've been doing world peace efforts for the last 27 years. I think the world peace agenda is the most important agenda to all youth in the world, because without peace, there's no future for anyone. Any wars break out, a new war break out, every humanity will finish in one shot. So that's why I always promote the world peace agenda, as I am also helping the Russian and Ukraine peace mediation and behind the scene. And I even have UN Secretary General involved, and also US President and EU President, everybody I know, including President to involve as well. And I reach out also to the Galactic Federation, like they help as well, because it was a really deadly situation before. But finally, we hope next week will be a turning point. We hope and pray that humanity will once again choose the right choice and make the right decision for world peace. And there are documents, treaty documents already in place, signed already. But stopping a war is never easy. And especially everyone has their own agenda. But we must try our best to use diplomacy over wars to help humanity to survive and develop. I have also arranged to purchase Chinese crop productions and Georgian mineral waters in the plan to help the refugees. There are already 4 million refugees in Ukraine, 23 million hungry mouths to be fed in Afghanistan. And we cannot allow this kind of deadly wars to be plaguing the entire planet and finish everybody. We need to find a solution, a true solution. And then once the wars are settled down, I have this program that I work with, also Indian group. They willing to bring forth a special educational program that will enhance the early learning ability for the youth, so that their mathematical ability will enhance. And then that way they use logic instead of common sense to analyze, learn at early age, will help them to develop a more comprehensive sense to the mathematical ability that will um, that will uh, help him or her in the future of his life. I learned my chess skill when I was very young, at 5 years, age of 5, and then that helped me greatly because it helped me to analyze. It helped me to in a way to predict what can be happen in the future that we should avoid the deadly consequences. And I should say I thank all this to my adopted father who teach me when I was a very young age, at the age of 5. And nowadays, chess games, a lot of people think that that's outdated already. No, it's not. It will help you to shape your entire method of learning and analyze it, and dealing with almost every single deadly crisis or situation on the world. But we need to do prevention of the war from breaking out before they even started. We must peace mediate, and that's why I'm also the Deputy Secretary General for the International Special Court of Arbitration and Human Rights, also IGC Court, and then I'm also the Peace Mediation Council President for that court. I have other roles like Interpol Swiss as Deputy Secretary General, UNPOL as Deputy Secretary General as well. But long story short, our youth need a chance to learn, to experience. And talking about the climate change issue, I will later on have access to energy ball from Galactic Federation Light and the light chamber. Those can be helped to bring a very positive and positive energy field to the earth that will settle down the storms, the hurricanes, and even all the bad things that we're seeing on the world. It brings positive energy to the entire world. And the reason why our Earth is the Gaia is having so many issues nowadays, with violent storms that can destroy a city, with volcanic eruptions, or even tsunamis, earthquakes, and wars because of the energy. The energy is not negative, and that's why we need to use all this to turn it around in order to save humanity. Not only we must control the pollution issues, but the energy field on this earth is super important. And then GFOL later on may offer, as we see, the healing beds. The healing beds are super important. I haven't gotten access to it yet, but those healing beds can help humans to cure all sorts of disease. That's super important because as we are all aging, and not to mention the youth is growing up, but in order for humans to live a longer lifespan, they must try to find solutions. Because tell you the truth, I am using Chinese herbal medicines right now, pills and all that, to boost the human immunity system. Because a lot of the time, the Western world pills are not working well. A lot of them, look at them, they took the anti-cancer cure, they still die, right? But with the Chinese herbal drinks and also Chinese herbal drinks, pills, is helping me. And then my system is cleaner, and also as you can see, my skin tone is whiter now, because we used the antioxidant Chinese herbal. So it helped my health greatly. So that's something that we can all later on promote as well. There are many plans. I hope the next 2 weeks will be critical for my side, because I need to come up with the funding and also get the UN office but it looks like it will get done. And finally, I will attend the UN headquarters as Under Secretary General for the General Assembly. And President Biden announced that he will also honor me with the Admiral ranking, which is equivalent to Deputy Secretary to the Defense Department as well. But that's in the coming. I will receive the Presidential Voluntary Service Award, Gold Award from President Biden as well. But all this is in the recognition of my helping world peace, basically. Yes. But again, it's not one single issue of fighting climate change. It's all combined: diplomacy, health, everything. And I wish everyone the best, and never give up, never surrender. And that's the only way you survive and develop your future and your career. Thank you so much. It's an honor. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for your inspiring words.
Dr. Sandeep Marwa is the president of the International Chamber of Media and Entertainment Industry. Dr. Sandeep is a well-known international media person with 7 world records to his credit and more than 100 international and national awards to his name. He's also the founder of the Noida Film City and the Asian Academy of Film and Television, now one of the 10 best film schools of the world. He's also serving as the Chancellor of AAFT University of Media and Arts. We cordially invite sir to have the virtual dais.
Thank you very much. Good evening, everyone. What a pleasure to be here this evening with all of you today on such a wonderful topic. And I'm happy that I have been invited here and given this wonderful opportunity to talk to the youth of this country. All the dignitaries present here. Let me start with 2 very important lines. कि काम शुरू करते नहीं भय से नीचे लोग, मध्यम तजते बीच में देख विषम संयोग, पर उत्तम वे लोग जो हर दुर्गम पथ झेल, दृढ़ता से बढ़ते कदम बाधाओं को ठेल. And before I give you the meaning of these 2 lines, let me tell you that I belong to films, television, media, art and culture fraternity. And this is one industry where we have never ever bothered to divide the society on the basis of caste, creed, religion, region, state, color, status, ups and downs, nothing. We've never believed in any division. But still, I have gone out of way to divide the society on the basis of these 3 important lines which I have just uttered. Kaam shuru karte nahi, bhai se niche log. People who are lazy bums, people who have 100 excuses for one job. I have categorized all these kind of people into the 3rd class, into the C class of the society. They are the downtrodden people of the society. They don't work, they will never let you work. They never grow in life, they will never let you grow in the life. So this is my humble submission to all my young aspirants here, that please do not believe in these kind of people. Never give your company to these people. Never take company from these people. You have to discard these kind of people if you really want to grow in life. Very important. They are the black snakes of the society, trust me. The second line says, Madhyam tajate beech mein dekh visham sanyog. Who are the people who belong to B class? The one with little push and pull. They may get into business, they may get into new job. But minute they see bit of the hindrance, they try to run away from the battlefield. Yes, I have categorized these kind of people as a B class or the middle class people. हो जाएगा, देख लेंगे, कर लेंगे, आ जाएगा, सोच लेते हैं, फिर देख लेंगे. You know, all those kind of things they utter and try to run away from the battlefield. So I am still not happy with these people. पर उत्तम वे लोग जो हर दुर्गम पथ झेल. Who are the people who belong to A class? People who have a zest, enthusiasm, excitement, people who are ready to work hard, people who are honest to their profession, people who want to achieve something in life, people who have goals in life, people, they are committed, people who are ready to support even others, people who have some kind of a commitment. These are the kind of people I love them, because they are the people who ultimately turns out to be the achiever of the society. And one very important thing which I have found in all these kind of people, which takes them to be a called achiever, that is a very strong determination. And my dear friends, today on this very beautiful occasion, I would love to pass on a beautiful mantra of success to all my friends here, that how you can be successful in life, how you can be an entrepreneur, how you can achieve whatever little business, job, profession you are trying to get into. I'll just tell you in a minute. I mean, imagine, because I knew it, so I made it a point that I must prove to the world that we can do it. And I'll narrate probably a small story. When I started way back in 1986, I designed a film city for North India, and trust me, I was declared a madman, foolish boy, a film buff, and probably many more adjectives, which I not even a non-parliamentary words. And I had to accept it, but I never got disheartened. I never left my idea. I never changed my vision of creating a film city in north of India, because there was no mindset for a film city in this part of the country. People were not even prepared. People could not even digest the idea. But yes, because I had a very strong determination, I stood to my idea and fought for that idea. Well, one good day I met the right man, and I expressed and explained my project, and immediately my project was accepted, not in Delhi, but definitely in Noida, which is the only 15 kilometers from New Delhi. So I was as good as in New Delhi, actually. And then no looking back. I'm a boy from a middle class family with no background in films, with no big experience in cinema, but because I had a very strong determination, I could fulfill my desire of having a film city. When I started Film City, people, even then, they were never happy. When I started the first professional film studio of North India, I was again declared as a stupid and a bad and a madman. And people quoted that all these studios, they all high-rise buildings are going to be the stock center for food grains by Food Corporation of India. This was the kind of a quotes I was getting from people. But I never lost my heart again. And I proved to the world that yes, this is the film city. To cut short, today, Noida Film City is the fastest growing film city in the world. It's a 100-acre complex, 75 acres outdoor, 25 acres indoor, 16 studios. Out of 16 studios, 350 channels are being broadcast to 162 countries, 24 by 7. There are 17,000 media professionals working in this film city in 3 shifts of 8 hours each. And the cascading effect is that around 150,000 people, directly or indirectly, earning their bread because of this film city. When it comes to Marva Studios, I'm happy to tell you that in a span of all these 30 years, I have churned out 4,500 television programs for more than 50 channels. So we are associated with more than 125 feature films in 9 different languages. And we have made 5,000 training films, and my production company has made 3,000 short films. Altogether, I can cut short again. Yes, we have created 7 world records. We have trained more than 20,000 media professionals hailing from all the 28 states and 5 union territories of India and 145 countries of the world. A boy had only vision. Remember that. It's very important, my dear friends, to dream first. And before I close this, I have to give you the mantra of success, which you all have to carry with you to the most successful people of this country. Remember that. When I say it's a mantra from A to H, it's a mantra from A to H. When I say A means you have to be ambitious. You have to dream big. Dreams are not the one which comes in your sleep. Dreams are the one which never let you sleep. Those are the dreams I want you to look into. and think big, because if you're going to think big, you will definitely going to be a big man one good day. So very important to think big and have large dreams. Don't nobody can stop you to have big dreams. There is no tax on dreams, remember that. So you can comfortably start dreaming from today itself. So higher the dream, remember A also stands for the sober the attitude. Very important. It's a A. You have to be down to earth, polite, sober, supporting, compassionate. You have to help people. You have to support people. Very important, because that makes the real character of India. You have to be very helpful in nature, because God helps those who helps themselves. So you have seen a dream, you have seen a big dream for yourself, but that dream is going to only be completed when you simultaneously support people around you, and you will get the benefit out of it. So very important, ambition and attitude. The letter B stands for belief. You have to believe in your in your plan, in your decision, in your dream. That you have to trust. You have to develop a trust within the people. You have to do both ways: trust people and create your own trust into people. And that is what is needed, my dear friends. Develop the believe in your parents, believe in your teachers, believe in your institution, believe in people, because that trust is somehow missing from the community today. The word C, the letter C, stands for commitment. Raghupati Preet Sada Chali Aayi, Pran Jaye Par Vachan Na Jaye. This country has given us Lord Rama, a man of commitment. Imagine, Parshottam Ram. So why we have to go anywhere and look for an example? The example is right in front of your eyes, my dear friends. This is the kind of a commitment what you need to deliver to people. Okay, once you have said something, you even don't have to listen to your own self, because once you have uttered a word, it must be fulfilled. That is a kind of commitment I feel that we all should portray and tell people that how committed we are. C also stands for, my dear friends, for communication. It's an age of communication. You must know how to speak, how to write, how to read, and how to listen. And that makes the complete communication. Only speaking is not the communication. The 50 part of the communication is listening carefully, that what is being told by your elders, your superiors, your parents, your teachers, and people around you. And imagine so many important people today, they are here on this webinar. Even I was listening to them, and I have gained few wonderful points from them, whatever they have said so far to you, all of you. I've been listening. So it's a communication today is going to play a very important role, and you have to be a good communicator. D stands for dedication. You don't have to put a slip on your forehead to say that I am a dedicated worker. That dedication comes from your punctuality, from your regularity, from your sincerity. If you are punctual, if you are sincere, if you are regular, trust me, you don't need any label on your forehead. People will find the right man for the right job. People will give you job. People will give you business. They will trust you. They will believe in you. This is the kind of a dedication we all have to project. And your body language must speak for your dedication, which means discipline. D stands for discipline, and D stands for determination. Determination, I have already told you. How it has to be very strong. You have to believe in everything. The letter E stands for enthusiasm. Remember that. Never ever lose enthusiasm in your life. Enthusiasm is the key to success. It's a key to success. If you lose the enthusiasm, that excitement of winning, the excitement of doing something extraordinary, something out of the box, something which is unbelievable for the people, then you have lost everything. Whether you're a winner or you're a loser, whether you're gaining or you're losing, whether you are getting something or you're not getting something, never ever lose your enthusiasm, because enthusiasm gives you energy to work hard. F, the letter F stands for focus. If you have opted, if you have decided to get into one business, profession, a job, then focus for some time at least, and tell your colleague, your people, your superior, your bosses that how intelligent you are, how serious you are about your program, about your work, about your how sincere you are. That will only be projected once you are focused. Even if you are starting, if you're trying to get into one particular industry, then try to focus yourself into that industry so that you can win the game, you can learn more of that industry, you can excel in your project. That is why focus is required. And the next letter is G, and G stands for goal. It is very important for all of you, my dear friends. Go back home, or rather, you are at home actually, and write what is your goal in life, what you want to be in life, what are your targets, what you want to achieve. Are you planning to climb the Himalayas and touch the Everest peak? Are you interested in dipping into the Indian Ocean and want to bring back the all those shells? What is your aim in life? Write down, because the minute you're going to write down, there'll be 100 more points will start coming to your mind, that okay, to achieve this target, I have to do all these things one by one. Very important. So put your goals in front of you, and then that the minute you have goal, you can imagine the distance. If you want to be a, then for that one a particular, you know that this is a long distance planning. Do your planning in three times: the short term planning, mid term planning, and long term planning. And that's how you're going to achieve your goals. Short goals means 1 day, 2 day, 1 week you are achieving. Make small targets, then make little targets, 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, and then you will achieve those targets. And then you should have 5 years, 10 years, 15 years. And that's how you will be able to achieve one or other thing. I never started, I never knew that I'm going to create a 7 world records. I never knew that Marva Studio is going to be a family of 200,000 people. I never knew, but I created small targets for myself, and slowly and gradually we won over those targets and achieved whatever little I have done so far in my life. The last but not the least, when I say G, goal, then H, my dear friend, stands for humanity. The biggest religion on this earth is humanity. You have to believe in each other. God has given you a status of a man or a woman, the most intelligent animal on this planet. So you have to behave intelligently. You have to serve the society. You have to serve the people. You have to serve your family. You have to serve your parents, grandparents, your neighbors. Very important. I mean, if you're not human, then your success is zero. Whatever position you have attained in life, then it is a big zero if you're not a good human being. So with all these words, I know that I'm getting an indication. My time is over. And with all these words, I can only say that all my best wishes to you, students or young people who are keen in getting into films, television, media, art, culture, fashion, design, graphics, animation, people who want, they can comfortably contact me. I'm ready to support them. I'm very happy that I have been able to create more than 100 organizations for my students, for people who are associated with me. And these young guys, these are all startups, and all of them are doing very well. All of them are making money, big and small, I just can't say, but all of them are actually earning money, and they're doing very well in life. So I'm there for you. Rest assured, you can contact Sanjeev Verma, you can contact Dr. Rajat Sharma, and you can contact me, and I'm there to support you, to help you. With all these words, God bless you. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.
Thank you so much, sir, for your spirited words. I'm sure the budding entrepreneurs will learn a lot from your experience.
So it was fantastic. So just sorry to interruption, but I could not stop myself. It was one of the wonderful speech from Sandeep Marwa sir. It was not only for the young, but it was for all, and we all love. out of. And in this session, you stopped at H, but we are expecting there will be a next session where you will complete up to Z. So you have a lot in your mind, extremely lot to say. You are treasure of versatile talents, and the Noida Film City and Marwa Studio. Now you are the person. World is eyeing towards you, and it is your creation, and everybody is now even behind you salute you, including all of discussing you, sir. And you are at your home, but everybody is talking with a good respect for you, sir. Thank you very much, Sandeep Marwa sir. Thank you very much. What great personality, sir. Great personality. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. Yeah. Rohiji, please, I could not stop myself, but now you please proceed as per your schedule, please. Yeah, thank you very much. By the way, I'm Sanjeev Verma. You please continue. Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. I take immense pleasure in inviting Mr. Samir Kulkarni, Executive Vice President at Yes Bank based in Mumbai, Maharashtra. We believe your voice would be a critical addition to this platform. Sir, we request you to guide us with your words of wisdom.
Samir Kulkarni sir is not going to speak today because they have some meetings and all. So that.
All right. Thank you, sir. Dr. P.K. Rajput is the Senior Vice President at Cadila. He's an Executive Committee member of the MSME Chamber of Commerce and Industry of India in the education sector. Sir is very passionate about youth empowerment and has helped guide and mentor more than 15,000 young and seasoned minds of various fields. He has also been invited as a global speaker, keynote speaker, and motivational speaker at various national and international forums and at various renowned institutions from all over the world. We warmly welcome sir to grace the occasion.
Thank you so much. Good evening. See, listening Marwa sir, right? It is, and then speaking after him, it is like showing a lamp to the sun, and that's what Sanjeev sir has said about it. So we all get mesmerized, and I always feel that on the family of 200,000 people of Marwa sir family, I am also a part of it. So I feel very happy and privileged. We all are a part of it. So once again, good evening to all the wonderful young people who have joined this thing, the Young India Initiative under the great leadership of Dr. Rajat Sharma and Sanjeev ji, and the way Rohit ji, Shreyas, Sanket, and all the wonderful people who are driving it. My gratitude even to the chief guest, Dunstan sir, the Derek sir, and of course my lot of love and affection to Sandeep sir for giving me such a wonderful opportunity to talk today. So I always start one very beautiful thing after seeing you, because I feel that India is a young country, right? And our 46% of the generation is a young generation. There is a lot of itch, right, to do something. And the way you have taken Mr. Rohit to build this thing in the entire Maharashtra, along with the wonderful young people team, I'm sure this new energy is going to make a lot of difference. And it is going to shine like another sun, not only in India, but in the entire world. And we are there with you. We are there to support you. You have such a favor of eminent personalities across the entire India and across the world. Here, the people, they are echoing it, they are addressing it, and they are there for you. So whatever the support is required in terms of the wisdom, in terms of the guidance, in terms of whatever things are there, we are undoubtedly 24/7 in front of you. So we say that, हाथ बांधे क्यों खड़े हो हादसों के सामने, हाथ बांधे क्यों खड़े हो हादसों के सामने, हादसे तो कुछ नहीं है हौसलों के सामने, हादसे तो कुछ नहीं है हौसलों के सामने. Means I like to translate for Mr. Derek and the people who like to understand in English that why you are tying your hands when the accidents are there. Accidents are nothing when the courage is very high. So this initiative of Young India Initiative is like the courage which you guys have taken, and this is going to make a heaven of a difference in the coming time. I would like to tell you for 5 more minutes, there is a lot of changes happening. See, we are in the 4th industrial revolution because we are going to start this startup, right? And what is this 4th industrial revolution is, I'm sure you guys are aware about it. It is the digital revolution. It is the characterized of the fusion of technologies that is blurring the lines between the physical, digital, and biological spheres. Because The third industrial revolution was electronics and information technology. The second was electric power to create mass production. And the first industrial revolution was water and steam power to mechanize the production. So this is the way that we all are on the fourth industrial revolution. And you are the right generation which is going to work for that so that you can ensure that how technology can make the changes because we are going to be entrepreneur. I was listening, Dunstan sir, he said that earlier the people were the job seeker. So now from job seeker, you are going to be a job provider. So when you are going to be a job provider or you are going to build the nation, right, what other things are required? Because you will agree with me that emerging technologies such as artificial intelligence, I will talk the latest thing which is happening about it, right? Robotics, the Internet of the Things, autonomous vehicles, 3D printing, nanotechnology, biotechnology, material science, energy storage, and quantum computing are the real breakthrough of the field. And already you know that artificial intelligence is all around us. From self-driving car to the drones, virtual assistant, software, to whatever you think, it is there in front of us. So the world has changed, and you are on the right phenomena where you are going to put yourself in the latest while the technology is there. Software used to discover the even the new drugs to the algorithm, but at the same time, what is the culture interest is there? And I like to also highlight digital fabrication technology are interacting the entire world so beautifully and so peacefully. Now, now, with all these things which are available with us, how the challenges can be converted to the opportunity? I'm sure you like to listen from me because this is my experience, right? Because technology has made possible new products and services, and I'm sure you guys are going to use it, which is going to increase the efficiency and the happiness, pleasureness of our personal life. And that is the reason anytime you would like to have a party, give to the Swiggy, it will come to your home. You want to go somewhere, put the things right, and the Ola and Uber will come to you. If you want to go somewhere else, put the things on the Google, you will be able to reach. So we should not ask with anybody. This is the way that technology and AI has come. But what is the real requirement will be there? The result of the job market will be a strong demand. I'm not saying this will not be there, but if you are going to increase the learning, then it will be very, very high. Believe you me, and by 2025, you write my words, what I'm able to see and learn from my honorable seniors as well as my colleagues, there will be a two type of job will be there. Low skill, low pay. High skill, high pay. This will be a segmentation. There will be a mid hollow because the people who have intent to learn the skill, they have the will to engage them, they will have the that high skill will be given to the high pay part, and you will be able to create lot of things. And the people who don't have the intent, they say आज का काम कल करो, जो मारवा साहब ने कहा procrastination, कल का काम परसों करो. So then it will be a low pay part is there. Why? Because 30% of the global population is now using the social media. Today we all are connected because we have floated the thing and we all are here to support you, right? The social media platforms are being connected. But as youngsters, what we are learning from the social media, how we are learning from the legends like Sandeep Marwa sir, Sanjeev sir, Derek sir, Dunstan sir, so many people, Dr. Ajay Sharma sir, what is our learning? The learning should be that how we can incorporate in ourselves. This is very, very important. So what will be the impact on the business because you are going to be a part of the business part? It will be on the customer expectation, on the product enhancement, on the collaborative innovation, and which is required for the new startups. Because if you are able to provide this thing, I think you are able to provide a lot of anything which is not been provided by the ritual way of the running the organization. The fourth industrial revolution finally will not change only what we do, what we are, who we are, but the time of the changes is going to be there on adaptability. So please be adaptable, be flexible, increase your skilling, upskilling, reskilling is the need of the hour. Marva sir has again said communication. Listen, listen, listen. It is very important. It is not only listening the entire way. What is the second step? What is the third step people want to help you? Then only the success is going to come. Out of the box thinking is there. Creativity, not a critical thinking, creativity thinking is there. So this is the basic requirement. So neither the technology nor the reflection that comes within the exogenous force over which the humans have no control. Hence, we have to shape the fourth industrial revolution because you are a part of the fourth industrial revolution, and it is going to create with the creativity, empathy, and stewardship. This is the thing which I like to highlight from you, because you are going to make a difference. You are going to have a change in this, and you are going to build a wonderful nation, which I can see on the back of our Sanjeev sir is a mission SDG 2030. You are going to add a lot of the beauty on this. And the last but not the least, I like to steal some of the beautiful words from Sandeep sir, what he said about the dream. Right. So I like to say, because you are going to dream. So Sandeep sir, with your due permission, I love to steal the things from you. Frankly speaking. Right. Because I incorporate that knowledge, right, which I'm sure a lot many people must be incorporating that knowledge. So the D is very clearly the way you define. I say D is the direction, which is there, right? So setting of the goals, which is sir said, the short term and mid term and long term. Even I'm a professional from so many years. I'm taking care for multiple things and division. I always say there has to be always the three terms of the goal. Work for the three terms of the goal, and we will be successful with the true integrity, with the true willingness, with the true skills. We will be successful. R is the resilience part, which is the bouncing back. Always think that there will be a failure, but failure always teaches us to further go ahead. Failure teaches us, failure gives us the learning. So don't become that why I got failed. Failure is a part and parcel of the life, but how you take the failure, that's why we say when we play the sports, one team wins and one team doesn't win. But it doesn't mean that other team become bogged down on this. So sports is the best thing which teaches us that how failure has to be taken. Always try to respond the things, never ever react, because in your journey when you starting there will not many reactions will be there, not many comments will be there, which Marba said in 1986 people were talking about him, right? But he has never ever reacted, he has responded, and today you can see one of the best humor is there in front of the entire group. So we have the examples in this wonderful committee. We have Dr. Rajat, we have Dr. Sanjeev, and so many people out there. Then E is the emotions, because when you are putting your work, emotions are very important. We have to respect the other person. Empathy is another thing which is very important, because we only can understand where the shoe pinches. So emotions gives love, affection, care, and all. Then A is the acceptance. We have to accept the things. We have to accept the thing. We cannot change the thing. We have to change ourselves to ensure the work should be taken care, because our responsibility is to ensure the work should be done. So accept it, change yourself, and build the things. And last is M is for the dream, is meaning that is connecting your work with a higher goal, either purpose, because that is the reason today the Young India initiative has been taken by you guys with a higher goal, with a higher mission, that yes, you guys are going to shine like a sun in the entire nation. And with this, thank you so much for inviting me for such a wonderful platform, which I always feel, I will say that youngsters are the future. I respect the youngsters, I love the youngsters, and I have a lot of regard for you. And whenever and whichever way you guys require my help, my professional experience in terms of the leadership, in terms of helping, right, I will be always there as a small iota to be a part of you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir. Before we continue, I would like to request the distinguished guests to kindly limit themselves to a few minutes. As much as it pains me to say this, and as much as we would love to hear more and more from all of you, we also have to conclude according to our schedule. Thank you so much for your cooperation.
A notable SDG leader and global board chairman of UNACC, Dr. Rajat Sharma is an active social entrepreneur associated with over 1,000 social political organizations from around the world. His area of expertise includes sustainable development goals, humanitarian efforts, human rights, labor welfare, among others. Sir has a vast experience of over 35 years and has worked with world leaders and distinguished personalities, and amassed a vast network of intellectuals, educationists, bureaucrats, parliamentarians, researchers, scientists, corporate industrialists, and media dignitaries. Sir, we humbly invite you to the virtual dais.
Actually, this means one of the serious issue. I mean, someone has died actually. So sir is traveling by train actually. Okay. Means sir will be joined within few minutes. So means up to 15 to 20 minutes. Okay. I'm in contact with them. Okay. Please move on.
All right.
Yeah.
Mr. Abba Sahib Kale is currently serving as the CEO of one of the most successful, transparent, ethical farmers producer group company, Sayadri Farms. an organization whose core objective is to serve the grassroots people of the largest democracy of the world. With an experience of over 23 years, Sir has also worked in various capacities from project engineering, planning, application engineering, design, testing, and approvals of various materials and systems. In his personal time, Sir has also worked towards improving agriculture, primary education, disaster management with various organizations and individuals working in these sectors. Sir, kindly grace this occasion with a few words.
Thank you very much
Hello.
indeed for inviting me for this.
अरे
I
नहीं.
must thank you, Rohit, for the same. I hope I'm audible.
Ah.
Yes, sir.
Really
Hello.
spoken, very, very great about the forum as well as about initiative. So we can help you to reach out to people. That is first important thing which I would like to discuss with you all. Second thing is, as young entrepreneurs, the most important thing are already been talked about. One thing which I would like to add here is to involve grassroots communities in such transactions. So today, sustainability is the best approach towards any business. It has to be part of your you can say any transaction, any business you transact. The reason, I think the reasons are all known to all of us: global warming, as well as natural catastrophes and all those things. What are really causing our businesses a great disturbance? We need to impart that resilience, and that resilience can be only imparted through our actions. As millennials, I think it is very easy for you guys to change the way we work. It is very easy for you guys to adopt the change very fast. Our generations were aware of this particular aspect, but we have not taken, I'll not say any action, but I'll say sufficient actions on those aspects. But you are really making change. So anything you do as a startup, please think of the sustainability issues in true sense, in practical sense. I come from a company which is one of the largest farmer producer company in India, and it is one of the subsidiary. I actually head Sayadri Farm Sustainable Grassroots Initiatives Limited. But my parent company is one of the most successful, and what we have observed, if we place ethics equally with our profit philosophy, things can work for a larger community, or we can say they can work in interest of larger community. Today, we can bring change in lives of more than 12,000 farmers, and we are looking forward to involve more than 1 lakh farmers in our initiative and walk this path with them, as they are our main stakeholders, they are our suppliers, they are our owners. So making that change at grassroots level in all tiers of supply chain is much needed, and I personally have lots of you can say expectations from young entrepreneurs like you. Once again, I think all the industry stalwarts have, whosoever has already spoken here, have given you enough fuel to make your journey successful. Only simple addition from my end, that think on sustainability very seriously, all those 17 goals what we talk about. Look at horizontal distribution, especially from the perspective of rural and urban perspective in India. We still have 60% people living in rural area. So I always say whatever is happening in urban areas, which is like vertical concentration in terms of everything, resources, profitability, developments and all, should get transformed into horizontal distribution in rural area. And if as young entrepreneurs, if you can do that within next couple of decades, I think that will be a really great achievement for a country like India. Thank you so much once again for inviting me and giving me an opportunity to talk to you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for your kind words.
I would now like to invite Mr. Sanjeev Verma, Chairman of the Board of Environmental Sustainability Trust and Secretary General of UNACCC. Mr. Sanjeev Verma is a passionate EHS professional, environmentalist, a social worker, and motivator. Sir is currently acting as chairman of EHS Forum at Bharuch District Management Association and president and chapter head of Gujarat chapter of Research Foundation of India. Sir has been awarded with many national and international awards, including International Award for Leadership Environment, and honored with the Global Peace Ambassador. Sir, we welcome you to enlighten us with your words of wisdom.
So, respected Lord Derek, Dunstan P, Sandeep Marwa sahab, Dunstan Padir sahab. Yeah, I am seeing on the screen very nice, very important persons. Dr. P.K. Rajput, my friend, my guide. Always we are connected. This thing, and just I listened to Abhijit Kale sir. A lot of persons who have shared their views, and Rohit Kale, Anif Faleji, particularly Shreyans Dubey and Mrinal Tiwari ji, and all team. I have, in fact, Sanket Chaudhary also. So it's a great, and now I just my humble thanks to Dr. Amit Sharma ji also, our core team member from UNACCC. So, Unity of Nations Action for Climate Change Council. This is a thoughtful organization, and its creation is based on totally to serve the society, to find out the gaps, to fulfill the gaps, and provide solutions, not being a part of the problems only, not only highlighting the problems, but to provide the real solutions also. This is our main objective. Obviously, we found that the United Nations has already made 17 sustainable development goals, and this is covering not only the environmental aspects, not only the social aspects, but it covers almost every aspects of the society, including the zero hunger, no poverty, even quality education, life below water, life above water. So ultimately, it's a complete in all sense. Only thing, we need to understand it, the correct interpretation of each and every goal. And second, to internalize. After understanding the minuteness of all the goals, we need to internalize. And after internalizing, we can add, according to our passion, according to our core area, something new to that. And that thing will create a value to the society. As far as Sandeep Marwaji has said, it is a living example and live example. While he was sharing his experience and how he has started the Marwa Studio concept, and now it is a Noida Film City and his own Marwa Studio also. So I was just reflecting in my mind, my school days, when we read that, we all are aware of the genetic engineering, and now we are seeing a lot of this cross fertilization, hybridization, and a lot of this clone making, genetic technology, biotechnology, and a lot of researchers are being held. But do you know, I was just reflecting to my school days, and it was very surprising. I came to know that the father of genetics is Gregor John Mendel. He was not a scientist, but he was a father in a church. And he just experimented out of his just garden, kitchen garden, you can say. And it was experiment on pea, where the color of peas were changing. So he concluded something after that. It was a very life-changing research, and he gathered the data, published in 1852. Then it was published further in 1854, but nobody was ready to accept that. So all declared him as a mad person. So why you were behind this? This has no meaning, no value. Ultimately, he died in the year 1868, and there was no progress done in that. 1884, and in 1900, 1900, three scientists gathered some of the paper and then started thinking on that. After the passage of around 50 years, they were then able to relate something and found some relevancy in that, and then it started. So आज भी today also the people used to say that if we could have remembered, have trust in Mendel's paper in 1852, तो आज हमारा साइंस कहाँ से कहाँ होता. Whatever we are thinking, we could have 200 years advance whatever we are on this particular day. So no issues. I just want to give a message that you please keep your mind open, think out of the box. If you are convinced internally, you have some data, try to fight, try to project, try to just convince the people, but to have it. It is of course there sometimes very less people are there to understand your research work, and so they will try to avoid it. But it ultimately it has a surveys data and research, then it will be very fruitful also. So of course I appreciate Lord Derek. Since beginning when we we inaugurated our first magazine from the UNACCC, so he was there to inaugurate that as chief guest to inaugurate that. When we concentrated on the tribalism, our purpose was not only but to empower the in fact downtrodden, the lowermost persons also, to have to give them freedom to think. And we believe firmly that anybody, particularly the young generation, has a huge potential. I always, whenever we talk with Rohit Ji, so we feel very good energy, because he also talks with lots of energy, lots of eagerness, lot of dream in his eyes, a lot of ambitions, lot of optimism. So we feel very good while talking to Rohit Ji. Always he has some targets in mind, some way forward planning. I was really happy to know that he is going to organize one a big physical event also. Now the situation is very good. Obviously, it will be a great opportunity. And recently, I would like to, because this is the age group where from UNSTCC also, from all the aspect, and everybody is targeting the young generation, and they are pushing the young generation. But the strength here is, it is not a case of pushing. You are pulling us. So this is the strength of your team, Rohit, and all things, because you are so motivated, you're so dynamic. I'm seeing all the faces here. Mrinal, Sanket, and Shreyans all are very much a dynamic thing. So they are pulling us, getting support, trying to bring all of supports for their thinking. So this is very good. Whenever we thinking about the sustainable development goals and its SDG mission, we have mission SDG 2030. So you are the person. So you will be the key drivers. You can imagine your life, how we need to get out of the society. So really, I'm associated with this UPL University of Sustainable Technology. I'm board member in that. Particularly, whenever that board meetings happen, I only concentrate more on the inclusion of some syllabus in their MTech or BTech. And very successfully, it was my suggestion from my side that please, in spite of and instead of all the technical subjects, whatever they are required in the MTech syllabus or BTech, environmental science and all these things, please put one subject as entrepreneurship development, and we call it as environpreneurship. So ultimately, after a great discussions, lot of discussions, they included the chapter of this environpreneurs, because we firmly believe that students, if they know, after the campus, they join somewhere in the corporates, somewhere in the industries, they have some experience, even they have in their mind entrepreneurship skills. But after having 10 years experience, they start from zero, how to register a company from ROC, What are the governmental formalities? What are the subsidies? What is taxation? Why not these all should be taught during their college stage itself? So it was my point. Ultimately, the UPL University of Sustainable Technology, they have included my suggestion, and they are going to teach all the MTech students about the how to start a startup, how to start a company, so that people are very much advanced. And at your stage, I can see that even being in a college, they can have some partnership and tie up also. They can choose a like-minded person, and why to waste our time? So after just they will be able to register a form, lot of subsidies, lot of loans that are, and they can provide the solution. At the same time, we also found that a lot of platforms we are propagating that follow the environmental norms, follow the sustainability aspects, follow the environmental, social, and governance aspect. But this will be theoretical if somebody is not in the field with some solutions. So if we are advocating towards having a environmentally sound practice, and please put a good environmental pollution control systems and lot of good system, water management system, air management system, land management system, but the solution provided in the field of air pollution is not there, so it will be a gap again. So whenever we address to the college students, and the Gujarat Engineering College, sometimes Valsad, Vapi, SRI City, so lot of colleges I used to visit and motivate the person. But only my point is, you please have some entrepreneurship skills during your college days, identify the need of the hour, and just to catch the tone of this need today, which is environmental and sustainability, identify. Please forget some of the traditional business startups. Please identify some innovative things. What is going to be the future? What is required in the coming future? So since that heat, according to the future vision, you have to choose the subject, and you can be part, you can start this startup. So of course you will be welcomed by not only government. Yesterday only I was just watching this Shark Tank, one of the this thing Shark Tank episode, and where I found that one person in Pune itself, they start created a bike, and it was so electrical vehicle sort of thing. So it was so accepted by the government. So the cost was 1,06,000, but government has given the subsidy, and now the cost of that bike gone to 40,000 only, which is very very reachable to all the public. So why that subsidy has gone to them? Because these things are in the priority list of government also. Societies are also searching towards something which is supporting the environment and sustainability. Government is also trying to support such kind of innovations. So all just I want to give here message to all the young youth available here, sense the future and identify some of the innovative things out of this, and plan your career and get ready and start this thing. So thank you very much. This was from my side. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. We are extremely grateful to you to touch on this subject and create so much awareness.
Mrinal,
We now humbly. Yes, sir.
hi, Mrinal. I'm
Yes,
sorry,
sir.
I'm just hopping in. I'm just hopping in. My name is Dr. Amit Sharma, and what in continuation, Sanjeev ji, if you permit me to speak for 30 seconds.
So Mirnalji,
Okay to go?
Dr. Amit Sharma is a very, very passionate person. He is doctorate in sustainable development goal. He is one of the key member of the Unity of Nations Action for Climate Change Council. Please welcome, and it is our privilege to hear him. So please welcome Mirnal. Yeah.
We welcome Dr. Amit Sharma to the dais.
I came unannounced through the schedule that we having very tight schedule, Mrinal. Okay. In continuation with Jeevji said, the practical aspect of sustainability. At the moment, I just checked in my hotel in Sikkim. Sikkim is the northeastern part of India, wherein one border connect to the China, another border connect to Bhutan, and third part is the Nepal part. So I'm here, have a meeting, government office and United Nations Development Program officials to focus on young entrepreneurs, sustainable development, and how we can focus on the innovation and the development, wherein we can involve more of the young minds together to talk about the sustainability development. INACC does not only talk, we execute. After having a 12-hour journey from Delhi, I'm finally in Sikkim, and by tomorrow, when I'll be talking to the government officials, my focus area will be how to implement the Sustainable Development Goals, what UNCC has focused on, what United Nations has focused on the ground zero, wherein there will be more involvement of the young generation, young Turks like you guys, because out of the box ideas will come from you. We can talk about the aims and the objectives down the line. Dr. PK is also here, and Mr. Derek Jinshi is also here. But down the line, the execution has to be done by the young minds, and young minds are you guys. So maybe tomorrow I'll be having few training session. I'm here for 3-4 days to make the government officials and the United Nations development officials to find out what could be the ways and means of the product innovations, wherein we can have more and more involvement of the young minds from any stream, with science, with management, with arts, or with engineering, with medical. End of the day, all 17 sustainable development goals has to be concretely executed on the ground to see the result, and result has to be what we can contribute back to the society, what we can contribute back to the sustainable, achieving sustainable development goals and community based development. What all we can have, everyone can contribute based on their expertise, what they are learning in their school, on the colleges, what you guys have been. We all are here to support you, but you need to come out with the innovative ideas. And then and I can assure you that Sanjeev is here, Dr. PK is here, Mr. Derek Jinshi for that matter is here, and we all are here. We all are industry experts, and specifically in various industry wherein the GDP contribution goes more than 10% of the global GDP. So we all are here to welcome. Just come out with the innovative ideas.
Correct.
80% may not be acceptable, but whatever the 20% would be, we are here with open arms to accept it. And we can assure you that we can create that platform through UNACC to get you guys above. It's your platform. You guys need to come up with the young ideas, the young Turks. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
Fantastic. Really, 100% agree with the. We are just trying to welcome you, and we are ready to welcome you. Please perform.
Thank you so much, Amit,
Amit,
sir.
for sharing and motivating all here, all there. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We are sure your presence and wise words help magnify the cause in the best possible way. We now humbly invite Ms. Nikita Bose, CEO, Finance Crafter Enterprises, business mentor at Startup India. Ma'am has also served as the state co-chairperson UP and National Associate Secretary at Confederation of Indian Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises. Being a wonderful orator and a women support enabler for women entrepreneurs, she has also been bestowed with the National Leadership Award for contribution in Best Community Development by SIMSME, and also amongst the top 100 business leaders in Brand India Business Awards. We welcome you, ma'am, to grace the occasions with few words.
Very good evening, everybody, and thank you for such a warm welcome. And many congratulations to the entire team for launching such a wonderful thing and idea. And I have been seeing Rohit doing a wonderful job in connecting people on LinkedIn, reaching out to people, reaching out to relevant people, so that the ultimate goal of finding what he's trying to achieve is fulfilled. So thank you, and I would just make a small correction. It is Nikita Bose and not Bose. Nikita Bose. I am a Bengali, right? So I would divide my point of view into two parts. Number one, wherein I would try to. I have not been a very far away from a startup. I have been a startup around a decade ago, and it seems like yesterday only. Then what the journey I made, and I'm here so far. And I had been a banker, 10 years banker with HDFC Bank, with ICICI Bank, and then thought of starting something of my own. So, when I'm going to talk about my journey, it would be something I would request the audience to take it away as something, a kind of a learning, I would say, because every startup feels there are different kinds of startups, there are different kinds of business modus operandis. But at the end of the day, the crux of the matter comes out to be one thing only, that how you survive in the market. The survival of the fittest is the crux that we are looking for all over. Right. So, I being from a finance background, I thought that okay, what to do? I want to do something of my own, and also that to a first generation entrepreneur in the family. Nobody an entrepreneur in the family, so there was nothing to to look up to. And back then in that era, I must I always say that this is the era of startups. Reason being, back then हमारे पास we never had those means and avenues to reach out to people. We never had these kind of groupings and webinars, and reaching out to people within the country. Somebody sitting in Maharashtra now connecting to somebody in Gurgaon. It was not possible. We were not knowing each other's journey. We were not knowing each other's backdrops. So back then, the only primitive method that was applicable was hit and trial. ये काम किया, this is working, no, fail, this is not working, okay, let us try something new. So this was the only method we had, and we have worked on it, and we have survived. And that is why it took us so long to to reach certain place. अगर इस तरीके का the kind of opportunities and things that are available today would have been available back then, we would all have grown at a very fast rate than what we have, right? So this is number one. Number two, when I say I started something of my own, I did not have anybody to reach out to. Yes, I only had one experience, and that was finance, because I was a banker. So I thought that why to take a risk of getting into something which is I am not having an experience of. So I thought that let's get into something with the finance thing. So I started a financial consultancy, and I started with selling mutual funds. I thought that okay, let us begin with a small product, and let us do something with that. And it boomed. It really worked very well for first couple of years. I thought that okay, I think this is the best decision of my life. Then back then, usme there was a very dip in the market. There was a bloodbath, I would say, in the market. And suddenly I thought that okay, I think it is a bad decision. I believe this is something I should have never opted for. This is I should have never been an entrepreneur. So let me back out. Then I thought that okay, let us give it a try, let us stay for some time, and let us add some other things into it. So I thought that okay, mutual funds is a risk bearing thing, so let me add fixed income securities. So I thought let me add fixed deposits, bonds. Then I thought that okay, if products adding is a good thing, so let me add other products also. So I added asset products like loans, investments, insurance, credit cards. And now by the grace of god and touch wood, just a banking license is not there. Otherwise, we are savvy with all kinds of banking products available in the market. Along with that, we have been collaborating with lots of lawyers and chartered accountants. So it's like a financial bouquet under one roof. So this is how the journey been. The key takeaway I was trying to tell about is I should have stopped, or I should have not stopped. Should I have taken my step back at that time only, when the question came in mind, should I have been an entrepreneur? Because there is no experience, there is no backing, there is nobody to support. So when I think about the back then day that they happened, I think that there was one vision and mission of my company, Finance Craft Enterprises, that came, that the future belongs to those who believe in their dreams. So you just need to stay focused. There would be times that you would think that I should now take my step back. I should take it back. It is a wrong decision, or I should try my hand into something else. So I think being a startup, you should be very, very patient. And number two, and the most important thing is you should keep evolving. I will give you a very small example of the Kodak camera that has been my favorite one. That they thought that those cameras used to have those real things, and we used to take pictures and usko dhulwa ke and we used to take those cutouts. Now, when these digital cameras and then mobile phone cameras came, Kodak thought that let us stay into this format only. Let us be here for some time. I think this is our thing. This is the way Kodak is. This is the way photography is. But then everything just faded away. Within no time, the camera became obsolete, and now they are coming up with the digital thing. So it is very important for you to keep on moving with the change, because the change is the only constant thing. And for any startup, आपको लकीर का फकीर नहीं बनना. That is one big line I would always suggest to everybody, right? So these are two key takeaways that I have taken from my journey. Keep staying focused and be evolving and learning. Always keep your head open. Whatever you have learned till date, just always, when you are getting learnings from somebody who has a better experience than you, please keep your eyes and head open for more room, because there is always room for knowledge, right? I have been learning a lot of things from the dignitaries today, and I thought that I am in the kindergarten of startup thing, because I think that if the time did not permit, but I think I would have learned till Z what are the acronyms I could have heard from Dr. Sameer. So thank you so much for inviting me. And the most important thing that I have seen in this team is you are looking for sustainable development. Today, startups are coming out like anything. It is an era of startups. Every university, college, everywhere there is a what do you say, an incubation center, a startup faculty cell is there. Everything is there. But working on the norms of sustainable development is one thing that has to be taught and nurtured within the startups to the very core. Because when you think that you would be going ahead, you should always think about the mother earth. And I was just going through your website. It is amazing, and you have been working onto this working with the mother nature, and you have been doing it internationally, so that is commendable. And I would congratulate you that you're working onto it. In fact, Startup India and the government of India has been working so many schemes are there, like there is zero effect, zero defect. There is design clinic scheme which is there by the government. There is this NEN scheme is there. So there are so many things. All these are mentioned in the Startup India portal, and I am always there because I have been mentoring a lot of startups in this space, and I am always there for you guys. Please, you can reach out to me anytime in terms of any kind of a guidance you are required. And many congratulations, and I wish you all the very best and all the successes, and my regards to all the dignitaries who have been present here. I learned a lot from you. Thank you so much. Have a nice evening.
Thank you so much, ma'am. It was a pleasure to hear about your journey and experience. I'm sure all the aspiring entrepreneurs, especially the women entrepreneurs, learned a lot from your story.
Last but definitely not the least, we now invite Mr. Vigir Kanetra, CEO of Floating City Limited. Sir envisions an ideal place to live or run a business, a friendly, safe, and secure community with large areas of open space and extensive entertainment and recreational facilities. He has materialized this concept in the form of the floating sea. I now invite Sir to kindly have the virtual dais.
Good evening to all the members, delegates. I was watching, I was listening. Actually, we were all in the same path. Mr. Sanjeev ji, Marwa sir, Derek sir, Rajesh Sharma ji, and Rohit and PK ji, all the members, thank you very much for your invitation. Actually, our concept was designed in 2017, and our design was announced in the House of Lords in London, and we are a tie-up with a US-based company. But unfortunately, because of the amicably, we have been aparted, and we have faced so much of problems in between, and we just came back again. We registered a company in London, recently, and we got several offers from different investor groups. And we last a few months before, we signed a investment proposal from the US based company for $10 billion. And we have apparently piping with the government of Maharashtra to support us to initiate some startup programs for the startup groups who are into the innovative ideas, so we can implement in our project. And we are focused to develop around 1,500 entrepreneurs from India itself. So our plan is to export a product than exporting steel. Actually, we have a total steel export of 2 million ton. It is a very big dream project, but some, as Marwasa says earlier, people were laughing at me in 5 years before, but now the same people who had laughed at me had signed contracts with me. So that's the thing, we are coming with the innovations, and the feasibility study have been done in the last few years before itself. And I think Rohit is in touch with me. Once Rohit was in touch with me for some startup initiative. So I suggested you have to contact our Dr. Rajesh Sharma ji and Sanjeev ji to facilitate the startup forum. And we are ready to support, and we are ready to initiate a startup park, info auxiliary unit of park for developing such a best quality products from India, because people are aware right now that India can export quality products. We are into the innovative sector, and we are sure that we can bring up the projects. And we are sure we are in tie-up with the royal family of Her Excellency Hamdan's office. So they are going to be a part of our company for the initiating the project in Dubai. And we are in touch with the European External Action Committee to establish the world's biggest floating city, and it will be coming from India. India have the proud to bring the world's biggest floating city, as we are also initiated with the shipping ministry to coordinate with the entire shipyards which are in the sinking. We are ready to coordinate with all shipyard to construct the ship hull part in India and mobilize to Dubai, and grand assembly will be done in Dubai. So I hope hopefully so much of startup people are there in the team. I know these people are innovative, they have ideas, they have uniqueness. I know these people can come up with a team and suggest some proposals, as the royal family also is very much interested to a partnership with the project. I have in touch with a few people who are in the mainstream or the investor group in the worldwide, so we can go forward. So I'm briefing the notes, and also I have a good discussion with the United Nations for getting some accreditation, because our projects are comes under the United Nations SDG goal. So climate change, renewable energy, everything will be implemented properly in our project. It is a sustainable development goal project, and we are all into the sustainability for goals. So thank you very much for inviting for this beautiful event. There are so much of young entrepreneurs to be come forward. They should be the employees, not the employees. That we are suggesting. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much for the meeting. Thank you. Thank you.
Vijay ji, just I want to appraise this Mrinal, Rohit ji and our team.
Yeah.
That once myself, Dr. Rajesh Sharma ji and Vijay ji met in Delhi when we were there, and met Mr. Nitin Gadkari also. So when we met Mr. Gadkari, so he was also very much excited to, and he's knowing the project which Vijay ji is having, and I will be one of the example. I can say that how much the turbulence or resistance Vijay has faced or witnessed during his initial days. But we are Vijay, I am very much sure that after some time we are going to kick a big success, and you will then be known as what Sandeep Marwa ji has said.
Exactly, sir. Exactly. Because we are just dedicated to the words of Abdul Kalam ji, our Honorable President of India. And Derek sir, I know we are in touch with him also for the respected award from him from the United Nations to get the project to be awarded as accreditation, special accreditation, because it is a sustainable city for all the countries, not for the India. We are developing a sustainable city for all the country, and hopefully all the countries will be involving in the project. Hopefully it is a very marvelous project, and we have so much of things to be discussed. we are in touch with the Maharashtra government. I already received the copy of email from the CM's office. I hopefully Rajat Sharma ji and Sandeep ji will be initiating that with the ministry, and we are very much interested to establish a good relationship with the Maharashtra government. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Respected Derek will send some this project forward to you also. You can refer to it. It's a very green project sort of thing, and totally supporting to the sustainable development goal. So from
Exactly.
UNACC side, we will forward to you, Mr. Derek, and you can refer to it. And your valuable input will be a good guide for in this regard. So thank you very much, Mr. Derek, also, and thank you very much, Vizil. Over to you, Mirnalji. Please continue. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir, for your valuable insights. You are definitely a role model for all innovators and entrepreneurs. We wish you all the best for your revolutionary project. Now, it is my utmost pleasure to call upon Mr. Rohit Kale, Chairman, SDG Youth Council, Maharashtra, to present the vote of thanks.
Thank you, Shreyash and Mrinal. First of all, good evening to Honorable Chief Guest, respected invited guests, and my dear friends. Okay, on behalf
Rohitji,
of the entire,
Rohitji, just one request. Since Rajatji has not joined, so I received just a message. So on behalf of Dr. Rajat Sharma, I would like to give a message to
definitely, sir.
you.
Definitely, sir.
Yeah. So because he's a very passionate person, and all the time Dr. Rajat Sharma firmly believed, and when we founded, myself and Rajatji were discussing a lot on this subject, and then one day we decided to create a firm, and then we founded this Unity of Nations Action for Climate Change Council, whatever you are seeing at your eyes. So this is UNACCC. He is a firm believer, and all the time he was saying that, Sanjeev ji, we are nearing 50. So let us have some chap who is on the 30 and 20 to 30, who will be enjoying the actual crux or the success of this thing. So he is firm believer that youth should come forward, and so we started the Mission 1 Million SDG Warrior Program. And our idea for at that point of time was to touch the universities, the students, the schools, even the educationists, and all these things. So on his behalf, Dr. Rajat Sharmaji's behalf, I am Sanjeev Verma, and at the capacity of Secretary General UNACCC, I am just giving a message to all youth council, all each and every member of this thing. Be motivated, get committed, and whatever Sandeep Marva has said, A to H, please practice all of that. You all individually will be known as a very big entrepreneurs. Your case studies will be discussed among the new generations when we will achieve your goals in this thing. So this is a message from Rajat Sharma ji. You keep motivated and do whatever. Now over to you, Rajat. Rohit, yeah, please.
Yeah, thanks a lot, sir. On behalf of the entire UNACCC Youth Council Committee, I would like to thank the Honorable Chief Guest, and I thank you from my bottom of my heart. Also, I want to express my heartfelt gratitude to all the guests present today, as your support is very much important in future also and for now also. And this initiative, thanks for coming today. And I personally know that you are always there, like Rajput sir, Marwa sir, Sanjeev sir, means Rajat sir, Lord Derek sir, and all the guests. As personally, I know that you are always there for us. I have also obligated to the guests present here. Your participation, your suggestion always help us. Thanks. Thanks for coming today. I hope in the next upcoming event we are going to conduct, means after providing help, providing guidance, and providing incubation. We will definitely conduct the event in June ending. I hope so. Up to that, many of the students get help from such a great initiative. And thanks a lot.
Thank you so much for inviting me. Take care, everyone.
Thanks a lot, sir. It's our pleasure that such a great guests are there in our initiative and in our program, actually.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks a
you.
lot, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Sanjeev sir. Thank you, respected director sir. Thank you, Rohit ji, and all the team members. Thank you so much.